Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about how to stay in your feminine energy while having a busy life. School has begun again, I'm a student myself. I have a dance class 3 times a week, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel. I want to learn constantly about feminine energy and self-development. I want to read, I want to move my body, I want to do so many things. But how do we stay in our feminine energy then? Because a lot of busy women tend to lean more towards their masculine energy. And the problem for us is that it can lead to high cortisol, too much stress, us not feeling good in ourselves and in our body. Because obviously we thrive more when we are in our feminine energy. That is where we will be the happiest. But I promise you, it is still possible to stay in your feminine energy most of the time. Me, myself, I've struggled a lot with this, and I found some ways that really helped me, and I feel so much more at peace now. And also in the productive things I do, like work for school or work for YouTube, I can feel much more in flow and calm. And I don't have like these crazy high cortisol levels anymore. So let's now talk about how to stay in our feminine energy while getting all our stuff done. A little disclaimer, of course, I cannot speak to everyone. I have a lot of freedom, I still have a lot of time in my hands. I'm just a student. For example, I don't have children. When you are a mom, like that is obviously something completely different that takes in your whole life, and I can't speak for that. So first of all, it's gonna sound a little bit weird, but don't shy away from your masculine energy, because we still need our masculine energy. If we just are in our feminine like all of the time, it's going to fall apart, because feminine energy, like if you imagine it like water, it needs the glass to keep it in its form. Otherwise, it's going to become complete chaos. We need discipline, we need structure, we need that protection. Now, how do I, for example, use my masculine energy in my life? My calendar, like everything I know I'm going to have to do, I plan in my Google Calendar on my laptop. If I don't write down, or if I don't put all the things that I need to do somewhere in a calendar or something, I am going crazy. I don't know how there was a possible 6 year of my life in high school where I didn't do this. Like I would have so many tasks for school and tests and all these things, and I didn't have like a real calendar where I would put like, at this hour I'm going to do this, at this hour I'm going to do this. I didn't have it. And now I just put like these blocks for everything in, and if I know that I have to do something and I can't forget it, and I know I will forget it if I don't write it down, I put it in my calendar immediately. I can't live without it now. It is like such an amazing tool. It makes my life so much easier, so much more stress-free. And you can still be flexible with this. Like just put it in the Google Calendar and you can switch all these blocks if you don't feel like it, and you can move it to another day, and you can move another task from that day that's maybe more relaxing to today. So you can still play with it, which is your feminine energy again. But have a calendar, have some structure in your life. Note all the things down that you need to do, and that will literally save you so much stress, I promise you. Also, what I want to say on this, yes, we need to listen to our body, and if we feel really tired, we have no energy, we need to take rest. But we can't immediately, when we are like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, skip doing it, because certain things just need to get done, and actually sticking to that discipline will make you happier. Because if every time that you don't feel like doing a task that you don't like, you procrastinate, you go on your phone, you go do something else, you're going to feel stressed later. So sometimes we don't feel like we want to do something, but we still actually have the energy to do it. Just get it done, you will feel better immediately. And if you completed that task, you will be so proud of yourself, and that will also boost your confidence and will boost your feminine energy. Because if you push yourself a bit throughout the day to get the things done that you need to get done, and you are, let's say, done at 6 a.m., then you can just enjoy your evening, and that is so amazing. Instead of you having to do all of those tasks in the evening and you at the end of the day don't really have time to relax. Now, next, remember that ambition goes together with feminine energy, because we always think it's separate and that being ambitious only has to do with your masculine energy, but that is not true at all. Because as a woman, our passions, our purpose, it comes from our feminine energy. If we can't tap into our feminine energy, we can't really find what our passion is. And also working from your feminine energy on these projects will actually help to create results and success and all these things much faster. So first of all, the big ticks in your life that you are working on, like course that you're studying or your job, if you're doing a project like building a business or YouTube, you need to actually like doing that thing. You actually need to feel some passion for it. Otherwise, it's really going to drain your feminine energy. And yes, there will be periods of our life that we maybe need to work a job that we don't like as much just to survive. Or we need to get through high school and maybe we don't like that. But when you have the choice, you actually need to do things in your life that you like. If you're stuck in a 9-to-5 that you hate and you're not trying to do anything to get another job that you will like or build something else like on social media or whatever, you will be drained of your feminine energy and you can't do anything about that. You need to actually like what you are doing. You need to be passionate about it. The thing needs to be in alignment with you. If you are just creating a certain business because you want to get rich, because you need the money, because you're in survival mode, you are not going to feel good creating it. And that is also going to slow down the process, slow down the results, and maybe even make you give up. Also, you need to create from inspiration and not from pressure. If you're creating, for example, a business because you think, oh, if this fails, I will be broke. If this fails, I will be humiliated. If this fails, I'm not good enough. That is not going to work, because then you're definitely not in your feminine energy and you're just working from a place of scarcity and anxiety. So use your feminine energy daily in your business or in your project or whatever you are doing. Ask yourself when you need to make a decision, ask your body, how does this feel? And you will intuitively know what you need to do, what's the right decision for you. And this way, you will also attract way more abundance into your life, and you're not chasing after these results because you feel you are in lack and you need to get money or you need to get attention or whatever. Next, stop rushing and drop the timeline. Without a doubt, the most difficult for myself. I had this thing where I would constantly try to rush through my day from task to task. I don't know what it is, but it was like I had a to-do list in my mind and I needed to get it done and I needed to rush through it until the end of the day, as if time was like going to catch up on me, as if I was working too slow. But this only resulted in me procrastinating more in doing my work without like enough attention to it, and it wouldn't turn out as well. And the worst thing, it would make me feel chronically stressed. But this is also something you need to remember, like the to-do list never gets done. There will always be new things to do, new tasks, and it doesn't ever get done. You always will work on something. So just learn to enjoy the process of actually doing it and really being more in the moment, actually focusing on that thing that you are doing. Because this way I was just rushing through my days. The weeks would fly by and I would be like, wow, what happened? This also came from a fear, because I was always thinking, I need to make this succeed before I graduate, otherwise I will be stuck in a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life, which is not true. I need to drop this fear. Even if I don't succeed in anything else before I graduate, that doesn't mean it's over. I can still keep working on these things. I can try other things. I can maybe find a 9 to 5 for some time that I actually like. I just needed to stop being in this lack mindset and really creating from anxiety. And also, everyone has their own timeline. You can look at these 14-year-olds that are getting successful, but there are also 80-year-olds that are now starting to work on certain things and getting successful now. Everyone has their own path and their own timeline. So stop trying to rush through it and having this point in your head that you need to get done. I really needed to drop this timeline. Just don't give up. Take aligned action and everything will be okay. Follow your actual passion and don't try to copy what other people are doing if it isn't what you actually want to do, if it isn't what your heart actually wants to do. Because I promise you, deep inside, you know what your passion is. Look back at things that you loved doing when you were a child and just in daily life, like focus on things that are bringing you so much joy. You will feel it, you will know it. And also, I already talked about this a few times, to stop rushing and just trying to do everything in life a bit slower. Eating, drinking, walking, doing your makeup, whatever it is, slow down. Because that is the only way that you will actually be in the present moment, enjoy the present moments. Because life is also about enjoying the process. We are so focused on this ending point, but the journey, as they say, it's the most fun. And that's what you're in now, so enjoy it while it's still here. Because that one achievement isn't going to make you happy. You need to actually enjoy the process. The next thing is creating rituals that make sure that you slow down and are more in the moment. For example, when you're studying, make your place cozy, like maybe put on some candles or put some study music on, make a nice drink. Everything to just romanticize the moment, make it feel more relaxing, make it feel more fun, and it will make you slow down and feel better in that moment. Then next, very important, very obvious, rest. Actually rest sometimes, because obviously without it you can be really in your feminine energy. I believe that we can get a lot of work done if we're actually passionate about it and stay in our feminine energy. But at some point we all need rest. This was also a problem for me. I would try to rest in my evening routine, but then I would also want to rush through my evening routine, like through my shower routine, and then trying to rush writing in my journal. And then I would watch a show with my mom and I would also think, okay, and now I need to go upstairs and now I need to read my book. I saw my evening routine as resting, but I wasn't resting mentally at all. Actually slow down, actually rest. Also, things on screens aren't really rest for me. For me, rest is like really just for a moment not doing anything or meditating or going on a walk without any music, any stimulation. Those are things that are actually real rest for me. It can also be different for you, but try to have these moments without stimulation, these slow moments, because they will really feel your feminine energy and make your battery full again. I also just want to honestly say, getting into your feminine energy, it takes time, it takes inner work. A lot of us are in survival mode and we just want to survive. We don't want to have a lack of money. We maybe have certain things that we need to work through, certain experiences in our life that actually caused us to get into this survival mode more. Everything around us is getting us into survival mode, like the news, all the stimulation, society, the whole like system and around jobs and the 9 to 5s. It is all not helping. And that is why we need to take so much action ourselves to be able to actually relax. We really need to be aware of the things that we need to work through. We need to be aware of the people that we hang around with. We need to be aware about all the things around us that are getting us out of our feminine energy. all the things that are just stressing us out, because it's so much. That's why I also encourage you to learn about self-development, learn about psychology, and really be aware of the things that you are letting into your life, the beliefs that you're adopting. Work on your limiting beliefs and just realize that you can build the life that you want, and you don't need to be a victim of the system. If you can watch this and you have some freedom, you can build something for yourself. And me, myself, I am also nowhere near where I want to be. But for example, I see my brother, he has worked for a couple of years on his business and now is actually getting some success. And that really inspired me so much. Like, I always had this feeling that I wanted to do something else and I don't want to work a regular job, but actually seeing that my own brother can do it, I just know, why isn't it possible for me? Why isn't it possible for you? Just someone in my direct environment that just went for it. He's only 19 years old and he's just getting the life that he wants now. And he had to work a lot for it, but I know it is possible because of this. I really believe that. So that's maybe a bit off topic, but I really wanted to share that because I'm just tired of seeing so many people not living a life that they want and being so stressed all of the time, being unhappy. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you learned something from it, that you can apply something in your life, and that you will feel more peaceful day to day with all your tasks. So yeah, thank you for listening and I will see you in the next video.